Tony D and Little Joan in the background, and this is your Screenwriter's Rant on Goat. About a goat who wants to be a basketball player in a world of animals, and you could probably write the rest. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 18. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. This is for kids, written by middle-aged people who I don't think have any idea what kids like, but okay. So the goat wants to be a basketball player in a world of animals where only the big animals get to be basketball players, but he's really good, and then he becomes a basketball player, and then funny things happen, and we all learn an important lesson about being short than other animals, kind of. Let's see what the voices are. Stephen Curry, Nick Kroll, I recognize that. David Harbour, Jennifer Lewis, Patton Oswalt, and Jelly Roll. Okay, first act. He wants to be a basketball player. He's not big enough to be a basketball player, but he does it anyway. He believes in himself. He somehow gets a shot at a game. He does really good. The other guys try to cheat at some point, and he somehow overcomes, and it's all about being yourself. The end. The end. I don't know. Nick Kroll is very funny, but the rest of that cast, it just looks like product to me. They play that song, I wish I was a baller, I wish I was taller. So that's going to get a few people in the seats. But, you know, from the studio who brought you Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and producer Stephen Curry. He's a basketball player, right? Or was. February 2026. Story follows Will, a small goat with big dreams who gets a once-in-a-lifetime shot to join the pros and play roar ball, a high-intensity co-ed, fully contact sport dominated by the fastest, fiercest animals in the world. Will's new teammates aren't thrilled about having a little goat on their roster, but Will is determined to revolutionize the sport and prove once and for all that small can ball. Directed by Tyree Dillahay, co-directed by Adam Rosette. Do we have writers? No. Guess we got to go to the IMDb for the writing. Writers Aaron Buchbaum and Teddy Riley. Let's see what creds they have. Okay, he's known for Psych. That's a pretty good show. He was a writer on that. If you've ever seen the Psych show, that was pretty funny. Says he's known for it here, but then it's not listing on his credits. TV show called Fairfax. I don't know what that is. Let's see, Teddy. Teddy will be the experienced guy, maybe? Nope. He also worked on Fairfax, and basically the same stuff his co-writer worked on. And Psych, it's also listed there, but not listed in his actual credits. He's listed as a writer up here, known for, but then not down here in the credits. I'm not sure why. So, Psych is a pretty good show. If they wrote for that, it might be pretty decent. The writing is really important on a project like this because, you know, if you don't have good writing, then you can make these characters say a bunch of things and then it's not funny and whatever. So, I think it'll probably be watchable. It's not for me. To me, it looks like content. just something else they cranked out because Zootopia is popular. But with Nick Kroll and those guys, yeah, I mean, you have a chance at being pretty entertaining. I'm not a big fan of David Harbour. He annoys me now. Probably a lot of inside basketball jokes. That could be okay for the crowd this probably appeals to. But yeah, it's the same thing over and over again, right? It's always a character who doesn't believe in himself or does believe in himself, and then he has to overcome his shortcomings because it's all about acceptance. You know, and it's always weird when it's all these animals, all these furries kind of characters. You could just make them interesting humans, or you could make them mostly the same animal. It seems like everybody's. I mean, there's like a million different animals in this. That doesn't, I guess it's just for the jokes, so you can make a joke at the character's expense because they're a particular animal, like the ostrich hides her head. But like those jokes have been so retreaded, man. I guess for kids, but then again, how tuned in are kids to the animal kingdom? A lot of kids these days are just so tuned out of everything. They only know, I mean, they know basketball, so I assume if you make a bunch of basketball jokes and internet jokes, they might get it, but I don't know about animal jokes. But again, it's like, here are a couple of guys, they don't have too many credits. You give them a whole movie? Okay, studio, Sony studio. Hollywood loves the young, but when it comes to writers, that's the one area, writers and directors, really, you really don't want young, untested talent in that category unless it's a very unusual circumstance. You want tried and tested guys who have done stuff. Even just getting a guy who's written a bunch of books, would be better than guys who have never. And I don't mean to just pick on these two. I mean, if they did write for Psych, that's a pretty decent credit. But I don't know. I'm just I'm not into it, but you might be. Goat, coming to a theater in February, where they send movies to die. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. I'm getting ready for the live stream. It's in 7, just a few hours from now. So stop on by. And if you disagree with me, you can make your voices heard. We'll be debuting something special on the live stream. It's going to be fun. So I hope you'll join me at 7. See you. Otherwise,